I got you. Here is part 2 of what is sport karate. Like I had said in part 1, sport karate is a competitive style of martial arts. With that being said, there are typically 4 different categories that judges go by for scoring. These are technique, execution, performance, and difficulty. Starting with technique, this should be somewhat self-explanatory, but this is where the judges just really look at your martial arts techniques. So for example, if you are doing a bow form, how clean and proper are your up, down, side strikes? They'll look at stuff like that. The second category is execution, and this just really looks at your overall execution with your form. So for example, were there any parts of the form where you may have bobbled or made a mistake or just poorly executed a skill that you were doing? Category 3 is performance. Now, there's a lot of different elements that go into the performance category. For example, did you look confident when you were out doing your form, or did you look more shy and timid? Another one could be, were you loud and strong, or were you quiet and weak? Also, were you intense, and did you make the judges feel like everything you were doing was intentional and had a purpose? Or were you just kind of walking through the motions of your performance and there wasn't really anything to it? There are other elements to the performance aspect of this, but those are just some of them. And the last category is difficulty. Now, this category tends to have more influence in the creative divisions. So for example, this is going to look at the difficulty of your weapons tricks, whether you are throwing your weapon up in the air or you are letting them roll around your body, just the difficulty with those. For open hand and also weapons, tricking with your body, so doing flips and stuff, is another way that judges can weigh in difficulty. Now, for traditional divisions, obviously you're not going to be flipping and throwing your weapons up in the air. That's how you get disqualified. But doing things like getting a lot of height on a 360 jump, and then when you land in a really solid stance, those are things that can add difficulty to a traditional form. So as you can see, although having good martial arts technique and executing them are very important factors in sport karate, being a good performer and having a level of difficulty are things that are also very important in sport karate routines. Hope this makes sense.